What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing an analysis on Aura PH versus NXP Solid game number 1. Okay, so a lot of you will say in the comment section that Aura PH is going to be lagging because they posted it on social media about their lag, right? It doesn't matter. Let's just try to forget that it's lagging, and let's just still analyze it either way, right? Let's still analyze it because the draft is actually, I feel like the draft here is very important, and Coach Yolo drafted really well this game. Okay, so let's look at the draft first. Sorry if the video that we are currently on is like low quality because the maximum here is 360p. The other gameplay that I saw did not have the draft correctly, and I don't know who got first pick or whatnot. So this is the gameplay I chose. Okay, so sorry about that. So let's look at the bans first. So ROPH ban Kufra, that is a Yawi special right there, Kufra. Khalid, because they do, Yawi also plays Khalid tank as well, which is really annoying early game. And Selena from Chester, okay? So they don't want to give those heroes, and these are really the heroes that nexplay Solid thrive with, alright? And I think ROPH did a really good job researching about nexplay Solid on who to ban, and these are really good bans against nexplay Solid overall. Now let's look at the other side. Uranus is a common ban in the early stage of the game, Hilda as well, and Tamus. Like I said, right, early stage is, you know, a really big factor in this meta right now. And that's why people will keep banning it. Professional teams keep banning it, and not just MPL PH, MPL Indo as well. Alright, first pick will go to Esme, alright, for ROPH. Now, this Esme is actually a pretty safe pick, I would say, for ROPH. Because like I said early on my previous analysis, not a lot of professional teams do the marksman gold lane setup. And if you know that the other team doesn't do that setup, then you're free to, you know, to do an Esmeralda off lane. And it's going to be really strong because nobody's going to burst you on the later stages of the game. Alright, even if you have Roger, it's still really hard to play Roger against Esmeralda. You don't have enough DPS. Alright, in most cases, if this Esmeralda gets to late game. Full build. Alright, now let's go to the for the picks for nexplay Solid. Now they pick Roger. Roger and Jawhead. This Jawhead is gonna be playing the tank, and this Roger is gonna be playing the core. Obviously, Roger's a hero that is really prioritized right now. Because like I said on my previous videos, if you haven't seen it yet, Roger is pretty tanky for a core. He only need a couple of core items for him, essential items for him to be able to, you know, burst down enemies. Endless Battle, Windtalker, you're kind of set. And then after that, Queen's Wings, Immortality. You know, if you want a little bit more damage, obviously you can build other items. But you know, that's the case for Roger here, and that's why he's chosen here. And if someone invades, Roger can actually sustain because he's pretty tanky when he switches forms. So now let's look at the next few picks for ROPH. Now this is where I feel like ROPH started struggling with the draft, because they wanted to do a Natalia pick here for Greed. Now I know Greed's Natalia is very good, but I feel like in this case, alright, it's pretty early to show. Alright, in my opinion at least, it's really early to show, because I'm pretty sure that Chester plays Nat, but they lost last time they played Nat, right? When against Execration, I believe, or yeah, I think it was against Execration. And they also picked Shu for ROPH, which is, I mean, it's not a bad pick. I feel like there's other priority picks rather than Chu, to be honest with you. Let's see, like for example, I feel like Yu Zhong could have been better here, to be honest, rather than Chu. But we don't know if he's gonna play tank Chu or offlane Chu yet, since Chu's a very flexible hero, right? So let's see. Let's look at the next few heroes that are banned and picked. Let's look at the second phase ban. It looks like Atlas got banned and Yu Zhong, right? Yu Zhong got nerfed, but it's still a very good pick, alright? It's still a very good pick. Valir, this is a very good ban from ROPH. Valir is like a counter invade. He's like a hero to counter invade because his harass early game is really strong. That's why you want a Valir whenever there's a Khalid or a Jawhead, okay? So that is super good pick, super good ban, I mean, from ROPH. Nexplay Solid picked the Ruby, which is something that is prioritized as well in the current patch, and which I told you guys about in my previous videos if you haven't seen it yet. Let's keep going. They banned the Atlas because these guys don't have a tank yet. But for me, honestly, There's not a lot of, you know, fighter tanks that are open. Khalid is banned, right? All the fighter tanks are kind of banned. Hilda's banned, Jawhead is already picked, and Khalid is banned. So, what Nexplay Solid tried doing here is to ban all the tanks, because these guys banned Kufra, so they have no other choice but to pick a solid tank, which is going to be the Atlas. But since they banned it, RLPH gets denied. So, like, Coach Yolo is actually drafting this to its really well right now. Really, really well. I feel like these two picks kind of fucked up RLPH, in my opinion at least. Could have been something different, right? Let's keep going though. See what happens here. Hellcurt also gets banned. Now, I feel like Hellcurt got banned for offlane for Renegade, because his Hellcurt is really, really good if you've seen it. So that is a respect ban from RLPH. He still doesn't have a hero for Renegade. This Ruby, MB could play this. This tank is gonna be this Droid is gonna be used by Yahweh, and Renegade of course still doesn't have a hero. So maybe they pick the Chu. Maybe they pick the Chu to deny Renegade from picking the Chu. All right, respect maybe, and then they ban the Hellcurt also for Renegade. All right, these are like two signature heroes from Renegade. So that's why they picked the Chu. But I really don't have any explanation as to why they picked Nat. Cause yeah, I feel like Roger could actually go against Nat pretty well, even though he is an auto attack based hero. Roger's pretty tanky as a core, right? He's hard to assassinate either way. So let's keep going here. Now, this is what I like about Nexplay Solid. Okay, ROPH did not ban the X-Borg. Since they banned the Hellcurt, they didn't ban the X-Borg that actually counters Natalia and Esmeralda. Alright? If you think about it, X-Borg first skill can check Natalia bushes, right? Same with Ruby first skill, or even second skill can check Natalia bush. Roger first skill could check Natalia bush if he's running away. Jawhead first skill, I'm not really sure if it checks Natalia bush with the first skill if she's invisible. I haven't really tried, but I'm pretty sure it still hits you if you check it with your first skill with Jawhead. Alright, so that's why I feel like, okay, Natalia could have been picked later, you know, later in the draft, rather than showing it so early. Okay, they could have picked like Yisun Shin, which is like a pretty safe core to be honest, and you know, what's his name, JP's pretty good with Yisun Shin. I think they still pick Yisun Shin here, but they picked it later. Yep, they did pick Yisun Shin here, so that's another safe core pick that they could have, right? Instead of Ling. Ling is like blue dependent. The reason why they don't want to go Ling here, guys, is if JP plays Ling, Jawhead will just keep throwing the buff over and over again, and Ling will get really distracted, and it's not good. That's why they don't want to pick Ling. They know that it's gonna happen, right? The invade is gonna happen. They're already assuming it at this point. Now for the Akai pick, it is not bad. Against X-Borg, Akai is bad because X-Borg is immune when he ultis. Against Ruby though, or Jawhead, Akai is okay, just okay. It just really depends if this Akai can get this Roger stuck, and then that's gonna be their win condition. They need to get some pickoffs. Either Natalia, alright, their win condition is either Natalia kills Roger, Chu assassinates Roger, or Greed gets Roger stuck. That is their win condition, and let's see if they actually can pull it off here. Because after they kill Roger, Nexplay Solid don't have a lot of things to offer. If you think about it. Ruby doesn't have enough DPS, has a lot of sustain, but it's not going to give you enough DPS to kill the Esmeralda. Same with Jawhead. This Jawhead's going to be tanked, so obviously you're mainly going to use him for just invading and just trying to be annoying early game. X-Borg on the other hand, X-Borg can build Necklace of Durance against this Esmeralda, but I don't think it's going to be enough to, you know, to burst her down without the Roger. As long as ROPH can burst down this Roger, it is good. And also another very good counter pick from Nexplay Solid, alright, is this Baxia, okay? Just to counter this Esmeralda, alright? So we have two people that counter Esme here. The X-Borg and the Baxia, okay? That is super good, okay? From Nexplay Solid draft. In my opinion, Nexplay Solid actually won this draft. Now, I don't see Coach Arcadia get outdrafted a lot, but this is a total outdraft, alright? Even Baxia could check bushes with second skill, so all of them have like the, you know, the skill to be able to check the bushes, so that if Natalia is around, they can kind of predict where she's gonna be, and it's gonna be hard for Natalia to try and assassinate and, you know, lurk around the jungle here. Okay, So yeah, just the draft is very, very important. It doesn't even matter if ROPH is, lagging. It doesn't matter. Okay. Obviously, they could still, what's it called? With their mechanical prowess and teamwork prowess, with what they showed us in their previous games, they could still pull it off even with the lost draft. But draft plays a big factor in whether you lose the game or not. It is a simple 1-3-1. So Kilowash is gonna be off lane right here with against Ruby. Now, for Ruby, this Chu could actually be good against Ruby if she doesn't have second skill. Okay, whenever Chu goes in, usually Ruby's like using second skill, so they get taunted for a little bit, and then they're not gonna be able to pull off their combo. But it looks like right here, Esmeralda's gonna go up against Xborg. Xborg should win this lane, to be honest, because Xborg has true damage. True damage, alright? As soon as Xborg gets his immortality, it's gonna be really hard for Esmeralda to actually kill this Xborg. Immortality, Bloodlust. And then we have the simple three people here at mid, of course. Actually, Natalia is also top lane, so they're trying to assassinate this Ruby. But I feel like MB did really well. You can see, 2 people top lane. MB did really well, countering that cut on the lane. And a lot of squads tend to forget that. When you're soloing on this side of the map, at least, alright, on the EXP side, enemies like cutting lane. Alright, ROPH did this before, by the way, where they cut lane. So this is like really good research from NXP side. They researched that, okay, these guys are most likely going to cut lane with this Nat, and then their offlaner as well with their Chu. So this Ruby stayed here in this bush, or this bush, just so he knows if they're going to be cutting the lane, okay? So super well played from MB right there. This is like a small detail that you need to keep track of, where nexplay Solid actually excelled at, okay? It feels like they did their research, they're ready for this. And there's a brawl going on at mid. I don't even know what's going on, but I see it on the minimap right here. There's already a fight at level 1. Alright, so let's ask ourselves, who has the better level 1? Who has the better level 1? Jawhead has Ejector at level 1, or the Rocket, but I feel like he took the Ejector since he flickered right here. They have the Roger, who I think is better at level 1 if you take the second skill Wolf Form. And they have the Baxia, who could keep hitting you with second skill every 1 second. Alright, if you hit it on an enemy team. Alright, so I feel like Akai doesn't give you enough pressure early game, and that's why Akai is not chosen as much. He does have a good level 4, but at early stages of the game, Akai is really not that effective. Alright, they have JP, Yusen Shin, who could crit when you do the passive, but at level 1, it's really hard to proc your passive since you gotta make sure, right? If you go too aggressive, you only have Retribution, you don't have Purify. That's why level 1 Yusen Shin is pretty weak if you try to brawl it out. Alright, who else did they have? It was a 2v3 at mid, because Greed was top lane, so I'm not really sure why they're going aggressive here at mid, They know that, okay, we have 2 people at mid, 2 people at top lane trying to cut the lane. They failed that. So that means that there's only Rafflesia and Yusen Shin here at mid lane. Okay, here at mid lane. So I'm not really sure why they even played aggressive at all here. Knowing that the enemy team has Jawhead. It's just like basic common sense, I would say. Again, they are lagging this game. And that's already a first blood in a matter of 30 seconds. So already their core is kind of fucked. Rafflesia is really, really low as well. He doesn't want to back so he can get some EXP from this and get level 2. Simple rotation from NXP right here. They're just going to take the Lethal Wanderer, and then Roger's probably going to take the blue buff. What Jawhead and this Baxia is going to do is they're just going to keep track of their buffs, the red buff and the blue buff of the enemy team. Xborg clears a lot faster than Esmeralda, so that is one advantage right there. This matchup should be on Xborg's favor. And for that reason, since they know that, okay, nobody's doing the red, they know that Yusen Shin just respawned, so he's probably doing his blue now. This is very good, like, map awareness and game sense from NXP Solid, pretty basic stuff. And they have a chance to get this red buff, and that's exactly what they're doing, alright? They're trying to sneak in this red buff. Esmeralda's gonna try to check it, so let's see who gets it. And this is really good. You see how Nat is actually struggling right now. He's struggling right now, trying to get even level 2 at 1 minute into the game. Since they fucked up the, the cut earlier on the top lane. And Jawhead is doing really good, keeping track of the bushes, using first skill whenever there's an exclamation mark on his forehead. Okay, so Yusen Shin does, I think Yusen Shin does secure the blue, but then again, we remembered here they had an invade on red. So this is really bad from our PH, just the early game overall. So I don't know who got the red buff. We're gonna see it on the camera, hopefully. The 1v1 is still right here. Okay, so Yusenshin got the blue buff. Who got the red buff? It could be Xborg or Jawhead or Esme. But the cameraman is not really showing it. He doesn't care about no invades. Okay, so I guess we don't know. We're never gonna find out. Find out in the next episode of freaking Dragon Ball Z. Okay, so let's see here. Chu getting chased. He's a little bit low, so he needs to back up from this Baxia. There's 4 members here of ROPH, but Ruby has a lot of sustain. I don't even know if Ruby's level 4. Ruby's about to be level 4, so it's gonna be a hard hero to gank. She has a lot of sustain, and that's why Ruby's prioritized. Xborg trying to just cut, I think. I don't really know. Let's see what happens here. Xborg's playing really aggressive here. Who's playing Xborg? Renegade is actually playing this Xborg. He's always aggressive. That's one thing I really like about how Renegade plays. He's really patient when he needs to be patient, and he's really aggressive when he's really winning his lane. When he's fucking up his lane, he will make you cry, alright? But the bad part about that is sometimes he overextends, alright? That's the only bad part. It is a big risk, right? It's like a gamble in a way. So let's keep going. Really big risk player right here for Renegade. Let's see what happens here. So far it's a 1-0, but in favor of nexplay Solid because of the stolen red buff and the first blood from NXP Solid. And right here, I feel like ROPH is definitely not moving the way they're used to, since, like they said, okay. As you can see there, very nice kick from Chu, but they couldn't burst him. Why they couldn't burst him? Let's check that out again. That was actually a very good set from Chu, but I feel like Natalia was late. Let's check it out again. Yes, let's keep in mind that they are lagging this game. So let's see what happened here. Nice set from Chu. Okay, let's see here. He knows. Okay, Flicker, he knows that Roger has Retribution. He's not gonna have Purify. Let's see what Greed goes for. Okay, so Chu gets the kick on Roger, and I think Ruby second skilled so that this Chu cannot go any further. And it was just bad timing for Greed because the Ruby second skilled. Oh, the fucking Natalia went for the Ruby. So that might be caused by the lag, I'm not sure. But, yep. Yeah, the Natalia went for the Ruby. You can see the silence will go here. See, instead of bursting out the Roger, the Nat ended up going for the Ruby. Right here after this. Right there, see? Silence. So, yeah, that's why they couldn't burst him out. I don't know if it was lag, but that is definitely a big mistake right there on Greed's side. Yeah, they couldn't burst him, and they just get fucked up by level 4 Ruby, and that is a counter engage. Very well played. Oof. Okay, so no trades. Good thing nobody died. It would have been a really good setup from Kiloash, to be honest with you. Kind of fucked it up though. Good thing nobody died. Alright, let's see what happens here. Very nice throw from Yaoi with the Jawhead, making sure that the Litho is on their side of the map. And the Yusenshin blue buff and red buff is up, so let's see what Yusenshin will do here. Roger's blue buff is about to be up as well. So he's probably going to go for this first before he can even brawl. And as we know, Jawhead early game, he's just going to keep invading. He's just going to be annoying. He's just going to keep throwing the buff. And that's the reason why they didn't want to go for Ling. Okay, that's the reason why they didn't want to go for Ling. If this was Ling, this Ling would be even worse. If ROPH drafted Ling, it would have been even worse for them. Alright, let's see here. Look at Jawhead. Of course, Rafflesia is level 4. Rafflesia is level 4, okay? So the only way Rafflesia could counter this Jawhead that's invading right now is if you get Jawhead stuck. Same with Nat. It's really hard to counter Nat with Jawhead, so I don't think Nat should even help here unless they want to burst out this Jawhead that's overextended. Okay? So let's see what Rafflesia will do here. And Yusenshin's like, okay, you need to help me on my blue buff, bro. Rafflesia's on the way. Let's see what he does. He tries to stun jump. I saw it on the minimap. And let's see what Natalia. Natalia tried clearing wave at mid lane. Or tried bursting out the Roger. I don't think he could burst out Roger with because he doesn't have execute right now. See, look at the Jawhead. Jawhead doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. He really doesn't give a fuck. See, look. Now they can't get the blue buff. I really don't think Akai is a good matchup for Jawhead tank. Because even if you get Jawhead stuck, I mean, at the end of the, what's it called? At the end of the Hurricane Dance, Jawhead could still throw your buff either way. Right? Jawhead is still gonna throw your buff. You see, he's not even low. He's like full HP. And with that distraction right there on the Jawhead, with the Jawhead, so Yaoi played this super well. I think he resetted the blue buff twice. Yisun Shin has no choice but to go for the red buff, but look at what nextplay Solid did. Xborg and Baxia again. Chester and Renegade invading this red buff again. They don't even care about this Esmeralda. They know that they're not gonna be able to kill this Esmeralda. She's way too tanky. So okay, if she's too tanky to kill, why not just invade? Alright? Alright, this is just basic game sense, to be honest with you. It's super well played from nextplay so far. Right here, Natalia can't do anything. She is really behind. Again, no red buff for Yisun Shin. Now look, Yisun Shin, okay, he's like, fuck, no red buff. Now I gotta go for a blue buff now. Look at what Jawhead's gonna do. They're gonna go for the turtle. Natalia actually secures the turtle. Don't know how, alright? So Retribution is actually up for H2O. This is an H2O mistake right here. Usually H2O is really good at doing securing the turtle with Retribution. But let's see what he did here. It's up, alright? It's up right here. So let's see. How does this get stolen? How does this get stolen? Right now, he got silence. He got silence, so maybe that's why he couldn't retry. And then, yeah, he got silence. Alright, so very well played from Greed's side right there. Nice kick as well from Kilowash. Oh my god, and I cannot, that is so unfortunate. That is actually so unfortunate that H2O live, even with Yisun Shin ulti. Very unfortunate from our ROPH side. So at this point, NXP is really lucky that this guy even lived. He knows that there's Natalia still alive trying to chase him, so he didn't even recall. So this is just basic game sense from H2O. Very well played so far. You see this little details that NXP Solid is pulling out this game number 1. Again, yes, sure, if ROPH is lagging, sure, that may be the reason why, but we're still gonna analyze it anyways. Very good vision from Jawhead. You cannot give that much what's it called, map pressure with the Akai pick here. Natalia could give you a lot of vision because she's invisible, but with this Akai, if you try to face check a bush, Jawhead is either gonna just throw you out. Alright, Jawhead is most likely gonna just throw you out, or Baxia is gonna just poke you with second skill. So it's like really hard. And I really like, alright, this is what I'm trying to implement on my team. I really like the way that Chester and what's his name, Yaoi is kind of working with each other when it comes to map pressure in the map, or around the map. I like the way they're helping each other. On the teams that I'm coaching currently, the mage support and the tank, they kind of just separate and kind of just, I don't know, they're ganking like separate lanes, and they kind of don't work with each other when it comes to invading. See, Greed is struggling right now. Chester is doing really good by making sure that this Natalia is not invisible with second skill. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. See, this is what I mean when I said, okay, you showed Natalia way too early on your draft, and that's what kind of fucked you up. Yes, Greed is good with Nat, but you still don't want to be too overconfident. Even if it's nextplay, it's not known to be like a top tier team currently as of now, alright? Especially with the standings that we're seeing. Yeah, I feel like the Natalia pick was just way too early. And right here, I feel Roger is too fed. Look at level 10 versus level 8. It doesn't even matter if this Esmeralda... I mean, Esmeralda is most likely not gonna die anyways. And that's what I mean by Esmeralda getting to late game earlier, right? On the draft. If this Esmeralda gets to late game, it's still hard for Roger to burst her down. Even if Roger was level 10, it was hard for Esme to... It was hard for him to kill the Esme. Okay? So let's see here. Alright, so Jawhead, again, the blue buff is up, and this Jawhead, what he's gonna do, he's just gonna stay here. Just kind of mess around. Not mess around, but like, yeah, look, that's all he's gonna do. The whole game. And finally, they're like, I've had enough! But they don't have enough burst. Hopefully they do. Oh my god, okay, they finally get the kill, but it took him so long. They invested way too much on that. Did you see that? Alright, they invested Execute Natalia, they invested Hurricane Dance from Natalia, they invested, what else did they invested? Greed ulti, I saw him go invisible twice there. So like a lot of investment just for this Jawhead kill, right? A lot of investment. So now Roger's right here, knowing that they threw everything at Jawhead, and Ruby's here with the ulti. Actually, he just hook wrenched just now. This Roger's most likely gonna clean up. They don't have anything. This Akai doesn't have shit. Look. Yisun Shin is underfed. They don't give a damn. Chu had kick, but that's not gonna do anything. He's also underfed. See? So they threw everything at that Jawhead. I mean, they have no other choice, to be honest with you. They have no other choice. This Jawhead just keeps being annoying. So I wouldn't blame RPH for that, honestly. It's just that next play at that moment, they had the Roger close to the pickoff. All right. If Roger wasn't close after the Jawhead died, then they wouldn't have gotten cleaned up. But the Roger was there, so unfortunate for. This is what I mean with Jawhead checking the bushes with first kill. See, cannot stay there. So well played from Yaoi. Super hard to play Nat in this team comp. You gotta play it really safe. Nat secured the freaking turtle again. H2O has retribution. That's twice now. So how did it get stolen again? Let me see. Get silence, I think. Get silence. Okay. I can't really see it. The cameraman not really showing nothing. Alright. Turtle's almost down. Okay, where's H2O? Roger's right here. Where's Nat? Nat is right here. So how did it get stolen? Oh my god. I don't know how it got stolen. Yeah, there's no reason for H2O to miss that retribution. They fucked up. I think JP retreed and then Natalia went for the burst. See, as you can see, he just used retreat and then Natalia went for the burst. H2O miscalculated and mistimed it. So that's 2 turtles that's stolen by Aura PH. Wow. Okay, so not so bad for Aura. After that, they should be backing up right now. I shouldn't even be fighting. They're so behind in terms of gold. They're 4,000 gold behind. And I don't think they should team fight. Yeah, look at this. Roger, clean up. Roger, clean up. Roger, clean up. X-Borg ulti. It doesn't hit anything. Nice try though. Let's see what Renegade tried doing there. Renegade tried doing the ulti. He tried to get the ulti. Ulti, wind buff, and then go into there and then flicker. Let's see. Very nice try though. Right here. So, okay. He got the wind buff. He ulted. Flicker. Okay, but they also had flicker, so that's why he didn't hit. So nice try. 2 wasted flicker there for Renegade with that play. Super well played from Renegade, by the way. And Roger even gets 1 kill there. Renegade almost died. Oh my god! Run, bro! He's dead. It's fine. It's worth it. It is so worth it. Yeah. Nice try. And I think that from there, next play just snowballed and they, yeah, RPH can't do shit pretty much. Roger's so fed, Chu gets forced to kick, doesn't get the kill, immortality for export. Yusen Shin is so underfed, he's 0-5. Doesn't matter, Lord is up. Here we go. Oh, there's the Hurricane Dance, doesn't get anybody stuck, but very good disengage there from Flesha. Roger gets silenced, he's too fed, he can dive. Roger gets immune by Natalia. Here we go, that tower gets taken down. Yeah, I don't think it matters, this Roger's just gonna keep going back and forth. Roger's focusing the tower. And I think that's, they're just gonna take it slow from here. Yep, they're just slowly suffocating our PH right there. Alright. Raflesha has no choice but try and get an X-Borg with the armor. And I think that is GG well played. You cannot do anything about that. Yeah. Cannot do anything about that. So, a big factor here, guys, was the draft. And if you see, alright, if you see next play solid, the way the, these little details that they're doing against ROPH in this match, even though, or let's just say ROPH was lagging, alright, even though they are lagging, very well played from this squad, alright, definitely an improvement, and from what I'm seeing, they're not like they're not a one-dimensional team like they were before. Like before, they were just kind of like, alright, they have a Kufra, they have a Chu, they have a Helkert. That's like the Yaoi special and Renegade special. And then they have Ling for H2O. But in this current patch, I feel like they're pulling out more strategies and they're starting to understand more of their win condition, all right, and the more they play in the MPL, and it's like definitely an improvement. Coach Yolo is also drafting so much better lately. I've been seeing Coach Yolo draft so good lately. If you checked out my Facebook post against Execration and I analyzed it after the draft, next play actually won all the draft there against Execration, by the way. And for RPH, Coach Yolo also outdrafted Coach Arcadia in this game number 1, by the way, for this game. Alright, so very well played from next play solid. Nice try from RPH. Hopefully we can see them bounce back without the lag. Tell me what you guys think about it. Do you think nexplay Solid definitely improved with the way they showed us against RPH? Yeah, tell me about it in the comment section below. If you guys did learn something, don't forget to hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, and slap that like button. Thank you guys for watching. And that is it for me today, and I am out. Peace!